What if I told you it was possible to completely replace your entire income in less than a year? And if you're really savvy, you could even replace it in less than a month. This doesn't require starting a business, doing any kind of sales, working for anybody else, grinding super long hours, or selling your soul. It's actually quite the opposite. You can replace your full income completely passive without making any more money than you do right now, giving you the freedom to do what you want, get your time back, and dive into your passion projects instead of working all the time. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, this is exactly what I did to replace my entire income, and how I've been able to not only replace it, but continually increase it over time. Now, before we dive in, I want to give you a warning that this strategy isn't for those of you out there that aren't open-minded, disciplined, and determined to not only apply what I'm going to teach you, but stick with it. This is an advanced level of investing, and even though simple once learned, this secret strategy can not only replace your income, but make you incredibly wealthy if you listen to exactly what I say and take it seriously. I'm delivering straight value in this video, so consider liking and subscribing to support me and to let me know that you like this kind of content. Again, there will be nothing but gold nuggets throughout this video, so I highly recommend you take notes. Let's get into the sauce. So it doesn't matter if you're a complete beginner, new to investing, or a very experienced investor. I'm gonna walk you through A to Z exactly how I strategically invest in a way that not only builds you an extra income very, very fast, but also show you how to consistently earn 20% plus annual returns. Step one, the very first thing you're gonna wanna do is download and make an account with a brokerage. There are many out there, and you can feel free to do your own research before you choose one that you like. I personally use M1 Finance because of how easy it is to use, and I really like their Pi feature within their app. If you'd like to use M1 Finance as well, I'll leave an affiliate link in the description for you. And we'll both get some free money when you sign up and fund your account. After picking your brokerage and making an account, you're going to want to connect your banking information so you can start depositing money into your investment portfolio. Once all the little nitty gritty is done, the real fun starts. Step two, you're going to add your investments, AKA stocks and ETFs, into your portfolio. An ETF, by the way, stands for an exchange traded fund, which basically means they're just a group of a bunch of stocks within a single fund. Now, this is where we start to get strategic about where we decide to put our money into. The way I like to simplify this whole thought process is you will have two types of investments. Growth investments, which we'll treat as our foundation, and dividend investments. Now, either of these investments can be made up of a combination of both stocks and or ETFs. Both are extremely important to have in your portfolio because if balanced correctly between your growth investments and your dividend investments, you will not only get paid out a full income from your portfolio, but you'll also watch your investment grow over time. If done incorrectly, you risk having a lot of NAV erosion, which basically means your asset is going down in value faster than it's making you a return. We don't want that, so just follow your boy and you'll be good to go. With thousands and thousands of stocks and ETFs on the stock market to choose from, you're probably wondering, well, which ones do I pick? The best way to pick any stock is to just think about whether you believe the company is still going to exist in the next 10 or more years. When companies like Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, Meta come to mind, I don't believe these companies are going to be going anywhere anytime soon, so they're more than likely a safe bet. These safe bet blue chip massive businesses will be your foundation. They will be your growth investments. Oftentimes, the best growth vehicles to choose from are usually the ones that are already at the top of the market. Don't overthink it. Companies like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, P&G, just to name a few, are all companies that have a history of continuing to grow in the market. And they grow higher than the average, with the overall stock market's average being right around 8 to 12% annual returns. My strategy will give you 20% plus returns if done correctly. Now that you have an idea of what makes foundational growth investments, you're gonna wanna diversify those. Choose somewhere between 5 and 20 different growth investments that you like to set up your foundation. Now let's jump into the dividend investments that I put my money into to grow an income with. Dividends, in case you didn't know, are actually what builds the income that you're gonna get paid out. Dividends can pay out anywhere from annually, once a year, quarterly, 4 times a year, monthly, and even weekly. Just so you know, my dividend strategy will pay you weekly and monthly. The type of dividends we're going to target here are going to be very high dividend payers. But before I tell you what those specific investments are, I want to make sure you understand how they work. Companies that tend to pay out a very high dividend also tend to have what's called NAV erosion, meaning the value of the investment may go down over time. This isn't a problem for us because of two reasons. One, the plan is to never sell our investments, so even if they continue to go down to virtually nothing, but we still own our shares in that company, we will still continue to get our passive dividend income no matter what. And two, we will counter any kind of NAV erosion with our growth investments, keeping our portfolio NAV stable and even growing. Now, this is also why balance between growth and dividend investments is so important, because if you only choose growth, your portfolio will grow, yes, but you won't get to enjoy any of those profits without selling your underlying investment and paying capital gains tax. And if you only choose dividend investments, you will have an income from that investment, yes, but the underlying assets will continue to go down over time and may never recover. So if you combine both properly, you can gain both ways. Here are some great dividend investment examples to choose from. These are companies that I personally invest in as well. Companies like YieldMax and Defiance are great options for frequent high dividend payouts. They have ETFs ranging from weekly and monthly distributions, and on top of that, they have so many options to choose from. These companies leverage advanced trading techniques like covered calls to create the dividend income for their investors. If you want to learn more about them, their websites go into much more detail. Just like the growth investments, you have many options for the dividend payers as well. Do your own research and pick the ones that you feel the most comfortable putting your money into. If you want my exact portfolio, including every single stock and ETF that I put my own money into, so you can skip the research and get started right now, I put my offer in the description below. It's super cheap. Feel free to Venmo me a one-time charge, and make sure you put your email in the description of that Venmo. I'll send you over my ebook providing all of my portfolio details, and I'll include my investing philosophy, giving you a dive into my mind and my perspective to help you become the best investor that you can be. So if you want, don't wait, get started today. Once you've selected a group of growth investments and dividend investments, you're going to want to allocate a certain amount of money to each to keep your portfolio in a position to pay you income and continue to see growth at the same time. The way I've learned to do this is to put anywhere between 40 to 60% of your money into growth investments and 40 to 60% into dividend payers. This is where risk versus reward and what's more important to you comes into play. The ball is in your court. If you want a higher dividend income with less of an investment, then maybe go 60% dividend payers and 40% growth. If you really want to maximize growth potential, but still want some of the benefits of dividends, then maybe go 60% growth and 40% dividends, or anywhere in between. For example, if you had an account value of right around $100,000, then you should expect to make anywhere between $30,000 to $50,000 per year in passive income, and anywhere between 15 and 30% growth on top of that, depending on the percentages that you allocated. The choice is yours, both work. Step 3. This is what you're gonna do once you have your entire portfolio set up and ready to go. Your investments are added and now you just need to fund the account. The good news is you won't have to use any of your own current income if you don't want to. If you already invest a certain amount of money every single month and you wanna redirect it into this strategy, then cool, that works too. You will still grow and build an income. But if you're looking to do it in a much faster way, using none of your own money, then buckle up. This is not your traditional financial advice. By the way, this is not financial advice anyway. I'm just a dude on YouTube trying to show you how to break your financial chains. That's all. Now, what you're gonna need here is just a few requirements. And if you don't meet these requirements yet, don't sweat it, you can get there. It's nothing too crazy. I don't need a college degree or anything, but you will need these things to maximize your potential. These things being a good credit score, preferably a 700 or higher. If you're not there yet, then start paying off your junk debt so you can jump on this gravy train. You will also need some type of credit already. Lines of credit, credit cards, whatever. This will come in hand later and is very important to successfully pull this off. And the only other thing you're gonna need is a current income. Do you got a job? Yeah? Great. Moving on. Step 4, create new debt to invest with and use those investments to pay back the debt. Yep, you heard me correctly. You're gonna leverage debt to grow your income and portfolio extremely quickly. Go to every bank website and apply for every credit card that you can, specifically ones that have a 0% interest balance transfer offer. These balance transfer offers usually range anywhere from 12 up to 24 months of 0% interest. You're literally borrowing free house money from the bank. The first time you do this, depending on your current income, your credit history, and your credit limits, will determine how much money you get approved for from the banks. The first time I tried this, I got approved for right around $30,000. Once you get approved for your first round of 0% interest credit cards, you'll want to strategically use these so you don't accidentally start to accrue interest on these cards. If you start to pay 18, 25, or even 30% interest on these credit cards, then this strategy is not going to work. In order to get the 0% interest promotion that these cards offer, you're going to have to do a balance transfer, meaning you already have a balance on a different credit card with a different bank, and this new credit card will take the balance off that old credit card at a 0% interest rate. That's why I said before, it's important to already have some credit cards. What you're going to do is take a credit card that you already have, that already has an interest rate on it, and do what's called a cash advance from that card. Your bank will take the money from that credit card and put it into your checking account as if it's real cash. Then you can take that cash and put it into your investment portfolio and start growing and receiving dividend payouts as early as the next week. If you balanced your growth and dividend investments properly, you should be making enough dividend income on a weekly and monthly basis to pay back your debt that you borrowed before they start to accrue any interest, basically giving you free house money from the bank to grow your investments. Grow yourself an income passively while the investments pay back the money that you borrowed. So just to recap, you're going to use all the dividend income that you receive at first to pay back the debt that you borrowed. Once all the debt's paid off, you can start taking home that income and enjoying it for yourself, or you get another round of 0% interest credit cards and repeat the cycle. This is a genius and just truly goated strategy that I've been doing for a while now and will continue to do for the foreseeable future. Now, once your debt is paid back in full, you can go and reapply for more credit cards and oftentimes get approved for even more credit than you did the first round, because you now have higher income in the bank's eyes as long as you include your now new dividend income into your application. This really is a slept-on strategy that I don't know why more people aren't talking about, because literally anyone can do this. It doesn't matter what you do for a living or how much money you make. You can not only build yourself a whole new income by doing this, but over time, completely surpass your income as well, while growing your portfolio every single time you leverage low to no interest debt. Now, if you have any questions or concerns on anything that I might have missed or just not touched base on, leave me a comment below. I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. Again, if you want to fast track your success and not have to do all the research yourself, I will give you every single stock and ETF that I personally put my money into and my percent allocations for each, as well as my investing philosophy. Just check out my offer in the description below. Again, super cheap. Shoot me over Venmo, put your email in the description, and I'll shoot you over my ebook. My entire account today is up over 180% and continually paying me consistent weekly income. It doesn't get much better than that. Thanks for watching. I love you all. See you in the next video.